All right, so this is episode 2 of trying to fix one of the crappiest bikes I've ever seen in my entire life. So I'm gonna try to get this chain to start shifting a little bit easier, putting less stress on it, and just trying to get the whole thing to run better. I'm gonna replace the cassette and the chain eventually. I just want to see if I can get it to start running better now. That way it's rideable. So I'm gonna spray it with some WD-40 all over it, let that sit for like 15 minutes, and then wipe that all down, and then I got some gear oil I'm gonna pour on it later. Let that sit to roll through the gears, make sure everything's working good. Start riding it again, see how it's gonna ride. All right, I got my WD-40 right here. I'm just gonna start spraying up and down every link, just making sure it gets all in those crevices everywhere. Trying to get rid of any old grease that's gonna be in there. Try to break down that rust in between each thing. Make it run nice and smooth. Get nice and good in each gear. All right, now I've got it sitting on its handlebars. I'm gonna spray and roll through each gear just like I would with gear oil. All right, I'm just gonna let that sit for about 15 minutes, come back and check on it, wipe everything down, then put some oil on it. That's it. All right, for now, while we wait, I think I'm gonna try to crack that seat one more time. I've got 2 sets of my own Allen keys. I'm gonna try to jam them in and see if I can break that loose. We'll spray some more WD-40 on that just to check. All right, so as you can see, this is the nut I've been trying to crack right there. Just gonna hit that with just a tiny bit more WD-40. Let that sit, try to get it. All right, I've got 2 sets of tools here. This green one, those aren't really Allen keys. They're more like star head screws. So I'm gonna try to use that to see if I can get a good grip on the bolt. And then I'll use the actual Allen key one to hold it steady. That way I can see if I can break it. I think I got it. Let's go. All right, now I can finally adjust the seat, which is great. So now I'll be able to ride it more comfortably. Probably gonna have an easier time shifting, braking. It's just gonna be a lot better of a ride. And I won't have to buy another tool now. All right, let's try to mess with that seat. But first, I'm gonna grab a paper towel and wipe it down. I got WD-40 all over it. All right, now I'm just gonna see if this thing's gonna wanna move. All right, she twists side to side. Seems like she's coming up, yep. I don't know what that is. Looks like some sort of lube to make it go up and down easier. I'm not gonna mess with that right now. I'm just gonna try to throw it back in without making too much of a mess. Get that lowered down. I'd say about there. I like to keep it nice and level with the bars usually. If we need to make an adjustment, we will. tie that up back in there. See if I can tighten her back up again. Nice and straight. Perfect. All right, that should be good. Wipe down all that grease off the side. All right. First repair, I guess, is done. Fix the seat without having to buy a new tool. All right, I'm gonna go on a ride now, see if this is gonna make any difference with how it rides. I actually just realized I can't. I still have 7 more minutes left to wait. Wipe all that gear oil off. Then, or no, sorry, wipe all the WD-40 off. Then put some gear oil on it, cycle through the cassette. Then I can ride it. All right, see you when I do that. All right, so it's been about 15 minutes. I'm about to get started working on wiping that WD-40 off and getting that gear oil on. Letting that sit, going through the cassette, going through all the gears and everything, just making sure everything's good, and then I'm gonna go for another test ride. All right, so first things first, I'm gonna flip the bike over, make sure you guys got a good view of the gears, and I'm just gonna go through wiping that WD-40 off. First things first is the chain. Just gonna pull it through, grab it all off the paper towel. Hopefully I get everything. At the end of this, you're gonna see all the grind that came off. I'm going kind of slow right now because I don't want the wheel to grab the paper towel and rip it. So I'm getting a pretty good amount of it off. Chain's pretty much good now. I'm thinking maybe I'll dump some water on it, then wipe it off. I'm still thinking about that though. Now I'm just gonna grab these gears over here. Making sure I got everything. Can't press too hard on those ones because your teeth will rip the paper towel up and bring it through the system, which I don't want happening. I'm thinking I might give this thing a good wipe down before the gear oil. Not just the cassette, but the whole bike, just make it nice and clean. Yeah, I think I'll do that. All right, chain and everything is looking good. Looks like I cleaned most of it off. There's definitely still gonna be some in there. It's gonna be hard to get it all off, but you know, it's life. So it's whatever. I'll go grab some water, try to dump it over, try to get everything. Grab another paper towel, wipe that off. Gear oil, clean the bike. It should be good for today. Just gotta ride it after. All right, I got myself a nice pot of warm soapy water. I got some Dawn dish soap in it. So sorry, I'm using my dad's phone right now. Mine just died, so it's gonna have a little bit of a different grip. I got it balanced in a cup holder on my lawnmower. But yeah, I'm just gonna pour this nice and gingerly all over the cassette, make sure everything's good and it's getting cleaned off. I do eventually want to take off that gear guard on the side because it's all got like that nasty brown hue in it. I just think it looks tacky either way. It's gonna be nice and shiny. I got a nice brand new chain for it one day, a nice cassette, it was brand new. I'll just pour the rest down the frame, trying to get the rest of that stuff off. And nice and wet, grab a paper towel, wipe it all down. I have no idea how long this has been sitting, so I'm probably removing years and years and years and years of grime. So most people don't ever clean the bikes or put gear oil on. Actually, on my own personal road bike, I don't think I've done that in a couple of years, so I might make a video on that soon. I'll be right back, grab some paper towels. All right, now I got some paper towels. I'm gonna wipe down the frame first, so that way I don't get any gunk from the chain onto the frame. Come up and down on it. I didn't actually notice this. This is one of those bikes that's got exposed brake wires right here, so you can see the condition of them. That also leaves them exposed to the elements, so I might change those too. I do want to do a little bit more research on this bike to find out the true value of it when it's restored and in good condition, so that way I know what kind of parts I want to put into it. Because these brake lines work fine. They might be a little bit stretched, but with just a small brake adjustment, it shouldn't be that big of a deal. Now, if this bike was worth $1,000 after I fix it, that might be a different story, and I might want to change those so I can get the maximum profit out of it. But if it's just some rinky-dink little thing that's going to be worth $300, I'm not putting that much money into it that I don't have to. Especially because I'm splitting the profit on it. This is actually my friend's bike. His friend's father gave it to him for free. I told him I'd help him restore it, and then we'd split the cost on all the parts we're gonna buy, and then we'd split the final pay after I'm done fixing it up. which I think was a pretty good deal, especially because it's not my bike, and we got it for free, so, yeah. Alright, I think I got pretty much what I can off the frame done. There's still kind of this caked on gunk. That's probably going to take a pressure washer, so once I strip down the frame, get everything I don't want off of it, that's when I'll probably clean the frame to perfection, but for now, this is good. Alright, now I'm just going to wipe down the chain, make sure it's got nothing in it. On the side, easy. So that tire almost immediately got flat after I filled it up. So I'm gonna put some more air into it right before I ride it. And I'm seeing right now this rim seems to be bent. I'm not sure about the front one, but I'm replacing both of them anyway, so it doesn't really matter to me the condition of them. As long as it rides okay for now, I'm good with it. All right, I'm coming on this bottom, sides, and everything. Just making sure I grab every little piece of gunk off it, making sure it's nice and clean. That should be good for the chain. It's ready for gear oil, I'd say. Now I come in here. Just gonna go nice and slow through this so it doesn't rip up the paper towel. Wipe that all off down onto it. Come over here, do the same thing. Now, I think she's ready for oil. Making sure I didn't forget anything else. I don't think I did. So now, throw some of this on. It's basically the same process, except now I just roll through the gears. So we're going to be starting off, let's bring it in first. Right now, that's sixth. Right into the first. All right, we'll start off in first gear. We'll make our way down to sixth, and then the last one, we're just going to hop in this and put some for there. Push down. That makes sense. All right. So what we do is we just nice and slowly drip this on the. Hey, so this is me after the fact of everything, after the video's done, everything like that. I'm sorry for the cutoff. I didn't see that until I was editing the video. I didn't realize. I tried to send myself a 10-minute video from my father's phone. It didn't let me do that, and I didn't realize until just now. So you're not going to see me actually putting the gear oil on, but it's whatever. Basically, all you do is you just drip it slowly across each gear. Just let it get nice and marinated. You shift through the gears. You just get it nice in all the crevices and everything. Let it sit for a bit, roll through all the gears and all that. Just give it a nice good like run through basically, and then you ride it, which is basically what I did. I wish I could have showed you instead of having to explain it, but things happen. It's whatever. All right, so I just took her out for a good spin. She's shifting beautifully. Other than the occasional gear skip, she's shifting awesome. And I noticed as I was getting to those higher speeds, as now I can, I adjusted the seat and everything, the ride's a lot better. I can actually sit down when I'm shifting. You know, it's not hard to remove my hand anymore. But notice when I'm getting to those higher speeds, the rim, I think it's definitely bent like a good bit, because it's shifting sideways when you have it on its seat. You're spinning the thing, you can see it moving. Number one. Number two, I can feel a lump in the tire. So the back end's kind of hopping all over the place and stuff. Combined with it losing air, it's really not a safe nor fun ride, other than the fact that, you know, I'm making it better. But yeah, it's doing a lot better than it was when I first got it. Now I think next big thing will be tires, rims, and if it's got tubes. So we'll check that out next episode. See ya.